Some indications that you're heading towards a high conflict divorce is the two of you cannot talk about anything. You can't agree on anything. There is absolutely no communication, and you have quite a bit of property or children's issues or both. If you've tried counseling and it hasn't worked, and you have, especially when you have one spouse that is in control of all the assets and has all the knowledge of where the money is, what the debts are, that usually makes a divorce a little bit more difficult in trying to analyze what's out there, and that typically will raise it to a high conflict. In those cases, we're looking at mediation will have to be attempted, but more than likely you're going to go for a trial. And in Texas, we can do a jury trial on certain issues, but if you want a jury trial on certain issues, the rest of the issues go to the judge. So you kind of have a hybrid on those. But if you have somebody that's just not communicating with you, another factor that'll throw this into a high conflict would be if we have adultery occurring or cruelty. So those are some indications that this might be a high conflict. So false accusations in divorces are more common than I would like to see, but the best way to do that is to try to remove the emotional reaction that you have when you hear the false accusations, and really start focusing on what you can control, which is developing the evidence and the testimony, getting the witnesses, any documentation that we would need in order to combat those false accusations. And once we're able to do that, it actually puts the other party in a bad light with the court, because then their credibility is ruined. So probably the most difficult aspect of going through a divorce is the mental turmoil that you go through. The best way to do that is to really focus on what you can control, which is your actions. You can control getting the information, or at least letting your attorney know what's out there so that they can go and subpoena the records and get what they need. Counseling is also a very good tool to use. There's other tools that I personally use, such as journaling, just to get everything out of your head, especially before bed. That's really good. Meditation, exercise, make sure that you eat well, and that you get as much sleep as you can, because it is extremely stressful to be going through this. I get asked a lot whether I should give up in a divorce, fight, or compromise. Obviously, the best answer is going to be compromise. One party does not get 100% of everything that they want in any divorce. There's always going to be a compromise. Now, if we get into a situation where one party just won't compromise, and I see that a lot when we have one party that's a true narcissist in a case, they're not going to give up until they get everything that they want. Once we get that indication that we have one side that's just being unreasonable, then we're going to prepare for the fight in court, and we will get our clients everything that we possibly can for them. So if you feel you're facing a high conflict divorce, please reach out to us so that you can know your rights. We're here to help at the Boswell Law Firm.